In this video, I'm going to show you how to sign up as a team assistant to a team and start setting up your team. So I've received an email invitation from whoever set up the team in the club Groundwork account, and it looks something like this. And it has a button with a link in it that's just for me. So I'm going to click this link and start the sign up process. By clicking the link, it takes me to the Groundwork website, and I can click Let's Get Started. It'll ask for my email address. The first time you go through, it'll ask you for your name and your phone number and ask you to set a password for your account. And if it's your second time signing up for a team, it'll ask you to enter your password. Once you're done with that, it will take you to your brand new Groundwork account. When you start, you may or may not see a team listed here, depending on how much your club has started setting up the team. If you don't see the team listed here, go to the Teams tab on the left, and you'll see it listed in the Teams overview page. And the reason it's not listed is because the payment schedule is still in a draft. It hasn't been set and published yet. And so that's going to be one of the first things that we do. So we'll click on this team name, and that takes us to this team page. I walked through the whole app in the previous video, so if you didn't watch that one, I recommend taking a look at that. So now we're on this team page, and it's sort of a blank canvas. There's really only 2 or 3 things I need to do to set up my team. The first is setting up the payment schedule. So the payment schedule is the standard set of payments that I'll collect from each player throughout the season. If you don't know all the payments now, or if you don't know them until sometime in the middle of the season, that's okay. What we recommend doing is setting up as many as you know about today. And after we set them up, we will add players to the team. And when we add the player to the team, they'll get a copy of these payments, which we can then customize. So if we have players who are on scholarship or who are going to get a sibling discount, you can always customize payments at the player level later. So let's walk through that process. We'll click this Edit Payment Schedule button down here, and it will bring up this window. And in this window, it'll allow us to add payments to the payment schedule. And the key thing here is that each individual payment that you want to collect, you'll have one row or one line item here. So for instance, if you collect a deposit to secure your spot on the team, you can collect that by adding it. So we'll add this one payment item, and the row gets added here. So when the parent signs up, they'll be asked to pay $100. It'll be for this deposit, and it'll be due on the 1st of April. And we'll talk about what the parent experience is like when they sign up later. So let's suppose after that we have monthly installments. And so let's call this the May installment, and it's a $100 installment. We'll change the due date to be May 1st. We can even add an optional note to parents that describes what this payment is for. And parents will see that note when they sign up. And we can keep on adding payments. So for instance, if we have a June installment, we would add that as well. And there's really no restriction on the number of payments or when you collect them. They don't have to be the first of every month. They can really be whenever you want to collect them. It's totally flexible. We even have a feature for something called an optional payment. And this is for something that really is truly optional, that when the parent signs up, if they want to opt into buying an extra uniform, they can choose when they sign up to yes pay for that or no not pay for that. So once we've finished setting up this payment schedule, we go ahead and we publish it. And we can look at it at any time, and we can always go back and edit it. For instance, if we want to add payments mid-season, it's very easy to do by editing the payment schedule and republishing it. One thing that Groundwork does for you automatically without you having to do anything is it gives parents the option of paying the payment schedule or payment plan in full when they sign up. So you don't need to add a special or a separate payment to the payment schedule if they want to pay in full. It's already done automatically, and we'll see what that is like when we go through the parent sign up experience ourselves in a later video. Let me go back real quick. So now that we go to our dashboard, we'll see this team listed here. And that's because the payment schedule is now published. Okay, so going back to the team page, we've now created the payment schedule, we've published it. We can always go back and edit it, but at this point, we're ready to start adding players to the team, customizing their payments, if any, and then inviting them and having them sign up for payments. So we'll cover that in the next video.